Take two. Fuck. Welcome back to Wondered Bliss. My name is Kevin. I'm an artist, a poet, and a man who is frustrated. Moderately frustrated. This is actually my second take of this episode. I got about 18 minutes in, just shy. And something happened with my memory card in my camera, and I lost all of it. And it's funny because my whole intro for the first episode was how I was frustrated and moderately frustrated, particularly over this next poem in my book here. And here is yet another example of exactly why and what can happen. I had mentioned how I had read this poem just briefly to my girlfriend before to help just organize my thoughts just for a bit. And it reminded her of this visual representation of anxiety and the struggle of life. There was this guy walking up this set of stairs and falling down, and walking back up and falling down, walking back up and falling down. And that's how it can feel. It's how it feels most of the time. And dealing with any type of stress or anxiety in life, it feels exactly like that. And this poem reminded her of that. And it made it very clear why I've always felt frustrated with this poem. And it's the next poem in my book, What Struggle Brings, by me, Kevin Faulkner. You can find it on Amazon, or if you go to my website, wonderedbliss.com, you can find it there, or link to it. But I had mentioned how, with this poem, I almost didn't include it in this book, because I've always felt frustrated with it. It's a 3-page poem that I've always thought was a little rambly. I always wasn't happy because it didn't feel like it was coming to a proper resolution. I didn't feel like it was saying or doing exactly what I needed it to say or do. I also didn't know what that was. And I've edited it over and over again, but I've never been able to find a way to change it or to add or take away anything that makes it not frustrating to me. But I'll read it to you again, and we'll talk about this a little bit further. But it's titled Be Free. Right now, it feels like every day I'm running out of sun. Right now, it feels like every place I've been is running down. So now I'm trying to find a way to run and stay so I don't have to hear these people say, our time is up. My time is now because I'm around to see it. I'm on the ground, still breathing. My heart's still beating with the will to compete for this share of life, my share of time to be free. Hoping with time, maybe I'll see that you live the dream. And then one day you rest in peace because that's the truth of things. But every day keeps running out of sun. And when I can't see the light, I don't feel right because it feels like the dark is surrounding me from the ground up. I'm feeling trapped. I'm feeling tapped out. My head's on a swivel about to throw my fucking back out. This anxiety is stress-provoking, omnipotent. Fuck, I've had enough. So I guess I'll rest my eyes for a minute. And then let them open when the sun is up. The light and love, the source of life and God above. I'm here to see you. Wait, I might have figured it out. We might be thinking to observe what's around, perhaps like human conduits for motion and sound, like we're a part of this system that's been put together naturally by complex mattered energy, and now we're here to see it, but don't put a grade on it. I'm failing it out. Because I'm not carrying the legacy. I'm falling apart, but destruction's just a part of this. I'm guessing darkness too. I'm guessing life's just fucking reckless shit. I'm fucking reckless too. I guess that it's been fucking perfect, huh? There must be more to this. But what's the fucking point? I'm thinking soon that I'll be bored of it. But tomorrow is a new day, with new light and shining rays. And maybe then I'll learn its language and will hear what it's been saying. Be free. And that's the end of it there. And I'm trying to think of all the points that I just made. But I find it so funny how in this conversation where we were talking about how you can step up and then you fall back down. Step up and then fall back down. You can make it all the way through a podcast episode and have it not save and record. Then you have to start over. It's frustrating. Oh, it's entirely frustrating. But it's also, I'm still here recording. I'm still here going. I still have the chance to move forward. You got to do it again. Do you have to maybe do it a little bit frustrated? Sure. But is that the worst thing in the world? No, it's not. The worst thing in the world would be to not have the chance. But here we are, able to see, able to feel, able to dream, able to keep going. And that is a blessing. And that's something that I did not necessarily understand. But it was what I was saying about this poem, how it does do a good job of exemplifying that feeling of anxiety, and why I think I was so frustrated with it and still am a little bit. In this poem, I think I find resolutions to my problems 2 or 3 times. Then I have a but. I have a rebuttal. I have a reason why that resolution I found isn't good enough. And the truth is, there's untold opportunity for anything all the time. Most experiences are just very neutral, and it all really depends on how you look at it. What you do with the experiences that you have determines whether it's good or bad, bad or good. It's how you see it, it's how you use it. It can be a moment that rocks you to your core, shatters your confidence, breaks your heart. But what do you do with it? Do you allow it to knock you down and make it so you can't see the good in life? Or do you take it on the chin, use it as a learning experience, and grow? That's up to you. It's entirely up to you. But you have to allow yourself to move past your own limitations. And it's funny in this poem, because the way I was writing it, and I wrote this years ago, how I'm frustrated with life. It feels like every day I'm running out of sun. Every place I've been is running down. Nothing is good. But I also don't want to hear people say our time is up. There's this thing from inside that's burning that I can't quell. It's my heart still beating with the will to compete for my share of life. And I even say it in here, like I know it. I know it, but I haven't accepted it. How I'm saying, I'm hoping with time maybe I'll see that you live the dream and then one day you rest in peace. Because that's the truth of things. I say it. That's the truth of things. I know it. But right in the sentence before, I'm saying, hoping with time maybe I'll see. It had nothing to do with seeing it, with accepting it, believing it. That's what was so frustrating about that. I already knew it. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to accept the good with the bad. I wanted just the good. And the bad is getting in my way. Because I say right after that, but every day keeps running out of sun. And I get into this metaphor about how when I don't see the light, I don't feel right because it feels like the dark is surrounding me from the ground up. And I wouldn't say I'm afraid of the dark, though there is. Life is maybe more dangerous in the dark because you can't see as well. The goblins and ghouls can come out and they have a bit more of an advantage to be able to hurt you. So you keep your head on a swivel. And when you're literally outside at nighttime, do keep your head on a swivel. Watch out. Be a little more cautious. That's not a bad thing. But if you allow it to knock you down, you'll never live. And you'll spend all of the time of the day worried about the night. And you'll miss out on every opportunity that you have. And I say it here. And anxiety is this like all-encompassing feeling that can happen. It absolutely is. It can just captivate your mind. And I say this anxiety is stress-provoking, omnipotent. There's a little play on words. It's everywhere. It's potent everywhere, all of the time. It's all-consuming. And I say, fuck, I've had enough. But I even say it right here again. So I guess I'll rest my eyes for a minute, then let them open when the sun is up. I even have another resolution. In these moments, you can quiet down and find peace. And open them back again when things are settled and clear again. And in that, I have this whole thing where I've been battling back and forth, and I was atheist for a long time. And that has played a role in all of this. What is the purpose of life? Why deal with any of it? Why take the good with the bad if none of it matters? Why do it? And I say it in here. Once again, kind of a metaphor of the sun. When the sun is up, the light and love, the source of life, and God above, I'm here to see you. Do I think the sun is God like many of the ancient peoples did? No. But it's this metaphor for the light, for the light bringing, the giver of life. I'm here to see you. And it was this revolution that happened inside of me. When I say wait, I might have figured it out. We might be thinking to observe what's around, perhaps like human conduits for motion and sound. And I think it's frankly deeper than that. We're conduits for feeling, for emotion, for thought, for imagination, for dreams, for all of it. Everything that is possible in the potential of a human, we're the conduit for that. The potential for experience, we're the conduit for that. So life is bringing us. And how we're a part of the system. It's been put together naturally by complex mattered energy, and now we're here to see it. I had this resolution, this eye-opening moment. Then I have another rebuttal, where now I'm feeling down on myself. Now I'm feeling bad. But don't put a grade on it. I'm failing it out. Because I'm not carrying the legacy. I'm falling apart. And it was something that I was talking about in my previous recording. How just yesterday, and it's funny how moments come together. But just yesterday, I was having a conversation with a few people. And one of the ladies was asking for advice on how to help a cousin of hers who's been dealing with some family traumas and things and been holding on to a resentment of it for the last 30 years. How do you help a person move past that? How do you break these ties and internal barriers that can form these walls of self-protection? I'll put in quotation marks. That are really keeping them locked in pain and anxious negative assumption. And it's a complex web, and it's different for every individual. So there is no one right answer. But the part that I found most interesting about where our conversation went was how even beyond finding the resolution for the initial things that caused pain, the initial traumas, the initial life that did happen, that set in stone a lot of the negative frameworks. Beyond dealing with that, once you find resolution there, you're immediately then struck with a new problem. And it's all of the time that I spent upset about this. And that is a whole other web, and an uncomfortable one. Because if you spent a decade of time in pain, locked away, throwing your life away, fucking up your health, I've done it all. And I've had to face this. If you spent that time, and it was all because of some unresolved traumas over here, it is so easy to dog on yourself. Just walk all over yourself and be like, well, I'm obviously actually a piece of shit, and I wasted all this time, and what is the purpose of life now? I've wasted it. Who cares? You can find the meaning of life, but if you wasted it all, oh, woe is me. You got to deal with that. But the easiest way, and the thing that I've learned, is it was the price for the education. You can't be mad that it took you 10 years to learn it. It just took you 10 years to learn it. And when you can think of it in that way, it was the price that I paid for my education, the price that I paid for the resolution. And it took that much time. You can't go back. You can't live in regret of the time that you wasted and how different things could be if you hadn't. It wasn't. And it couldn't have been. Because obviously, look at it. It took you this much time to find resolution. But if you're here, and now you found resolution, now you can move forward, now you can commune again with the light, with the good, with joy, peace, with hope, gratitude. Every moment of that is worth spending. But it is uncomfortable, because you have to find peace with the darkness of life, with all of the things that can cause you pain. It is there. It always will be there. It's an uncomfortable truth. The contrast of life is a constant thing. And I say it in here, as I'm saying, as maybe a bit of a resolution to that rebuttal that I had, but destruction's just a part of this. I'm guessing darkness too. I'm guessing life's just fucking reckless. Shit, I'm fucking reckless too. I guess that it's been fucking perfect, huh? And obviously I'm being a bit cynical and maybe sarcastic as I'm saying it there. And maybe at the time I didn't even realize the truth of what I was saying. And I say, there must be more to this, but what's the fucking point? I'm thinking soon that I'll be bored of it. But the truth is in there. It is true. For years I was fucking reckless. In many ways, life is fucking reckless. But it's also everything good. And it gets to that point of contrast. The light and the dark, the good and the bad. The other allows the other to exist. Space cannot exist without solid. Solid cannot exist without space. I've said it before. Like, could light exist without darkness? Sure. But when was the last time you tried to stare directly into the sun or a light bulb? You go blind. It's so bright you can't even see. Can purely good exist? Sure. But if there is no shadow, there's no ability for depth perception. There's no ability for the eyes to function. There's no ability for you to feel anything. If only good exists. You don't know what is good. None of it means anything. It's just moot. It's just blasé. It's because you have this back and forth thing. You know when it's good and when it's not. And then you have this path to mitigate and to choose, to walk. And understanding that has been huge. It has been wildly helpful to me. It's just all part of the process. And in it is everything. And this last line, I love this, and I'll kind of call it after that. This last line has been the redeeming quality of why I think I kept this poem. And it starts with this kind of cliche sentence. It said, but tomorrow is a new day with new light and shining rays. That, if you're feeling cynicism, you'll scoff at that. Oh yeah, tomorrow's a new day, yada, 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 sure. It's all filled with all the nonsense, sure. But it's this next line here, where I say, and maybe then I'll learn its language, and will hear what it's been saying. Be free. And it's in that, I was just saying, in the struggle of the light and dark, the good and bad, all of this, in it is everything. As that light is shining, it's saying, be free. Live your life. Love the damn thing. Because no one else can love it for you. No one else can live it for you. And it's annoying, super annoying to hear when you're in the middle of your own personal storm, the thing that's paining you more than anything else, and you don't see the light and you're not hopeful, for someone to tell you, basically, pick up your life by your bootstraps. Pick yourself up. Like, it is up to you. Only you can make the changes that you want to make. Only you can find peace and resolution with the problems that you have in life. Only you can find peace with your frustrations. No one else can do it for you. No one else can give you the magic word, the magic thing that fixes you or fixes life. No. In life is everything. But how you play the game is how you live it and what you experience. And it is up to you. It's up to you to choose it. And it often comes with time. And any real realization is always in hindsight of any moment. You can have 10 years of pain and hardship, but if it taught you a lesson at the end of the day, you're better for it. Then you can see why that last 10 years was useful. And it's a good thing. But it's been a mantra, I guess, of mine. Looking at any situation, how is this good for me? How is this good for me? What is this doing for me here right now? I had to say it internally to myself right as I started recording this episode again. How is it a good thing for me that I just lost 18 minutes of footage? But I had the realization right before I was chatting with my girlfriend how I had kind of had this weird little twist where I was starting to talk down on myself a little bit again. I was saying how I had lived as a mess. And I was like, maybe I'm still a mess. A more put together mess. But it was this weird little thing that I was doing with myself, downplaying myself and my progress that I've made. Here's a chance to talk about it again. Here's a chance to rethink that thought I just had. Because I've made a shit ton of progress. I'm not the mess that I once was. I'm not. Everything I do is different. I'm not participating in the self-destructing behaviors. I'm not looking at every moment desperately and angry all the fucking time. I'm not. I have so much more hope. I'm so much more fueled with a path and a direction that I never had before. It has changed. I have changed. I'm still the same me. The person I was in the middle of all of my self-destruction was still the same potential for everything that I could ever do. It's still me. But the choices that I've been making are different. The life that I've been experiencing has been different. And I feel better. I feel more hopeful. I feel more purpose. I'm happier. I go and I would just look at the sun. Oh, I don't look at the sun, but I look at the sunsets. I go and I try to experience the weather just for the fucking sake of it. It's little things like that. Maybe it sounds corny, maybe it is, but it's good. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this other than be free. This is your chance to do it. I know life hurts. I know that there is an untold number of things that can happen and can go wrong that will be frustrating, that will cause you pain. But that is no reason to stay locked away forever, keeping yourself from all of the good. It's not. It's just not. And I've learned that over time. And I'll share it more and more again. And I do in this book, if you want to go buy a copy. It's What Struggle Brings by me, Kevin Faulkner. Go check out my website. I've got merch and other things too. I've got prints of my art and things as well. If you want to check it out and support me, I'd appreciate it. But I'll be back here again, sharing some more poetry and doing it again. But until next time, everybody. Peace.